Hello everyone. Let me begin with a simple question. Have you ever touched a hot cup of tea and instantly pulled your hand away before even realizing it was hot? Isn't that amazing? That's your nervous system at work. The nervous system is like the control tower of your body. It detects changes around you, makes sense of them, and directs your body to act in the right way. Without it, your eyes might see danger but your legs wouldn't know when to run, or your ears might hear your friend's voice but your mouth wouldn't know how to reply. That's why animals, including us, need a finely tuned nervous system to survive, adapt, and interact with the world around us. Have you ever wondered how your brain instantly knows when you touch something hot, or how your hand quickly pulls away even before you realize it? The secret lies in a fascinating cell called the neuron, the basic unit of the nervous system. A neuron has three beautifully designed parts: dendrites, the cell body, and the axon. Dendrites act like tiny antennas, receiving signals from the environment or other neurons. The cell body, containing the nucleus, is the control hub that processes these signals. From here, the information travels down the axon, a long fiber specialized to carry impulses quickly across the body. At the dendritic tips are special receptors that detect stimuli like light, sound, touch, or smell and immediately generate an electrical impulse. This impulse flows in a single direction, first to the cell body, then along the axon, until it reaches the axon terminus. Now comes the magical part, the synapse. At the end of the axon, the electrical signal is converted into a chemical message. Chemicals called neurotransmitters jump across the tiny gap and start a new impulse in the next neuron, continuing the chain of communication. So in just fractions of a second, neurons detect, transmit, and relay information, ensuring that every thought you think, every step you take, and every sensation you feel happens with perfect coordination. Isn't it incredible that this tiny cell forms the foundation of all our actions and experiences? Have you ever touched a hot pan by mistake and pulled your hand back even before you realized it was burning? That's not magic, it's your body's reflex action at work. A reflex action is an automatic, involuntary, and immediate response to a stimulus. It doesn't wait for your brain to slowly process and decide. Instead, it bypasses conscious thought to protect you instantly. Here's how it works. Imagine your finger touches a hot object. The heat receptors in your skin sense the danger and send an electrical impulse through a sensory neuron straight into the spinal cord. Inside the spinal cord, the message is passed to a relay neuron, which immediately connects to a motor neuron. This motor neuron carries the order back to your muscles, making them contract so your hand withdraws at once. Only after this rapid response is the message sent to the brain, so you become aware of what happened. The beauty of the reflex arc lies in its speed. By cutting out the delay of involving the brain first, your body minimizes reaction time and avoids potential injury. Reflexes are your body's built-in safety system, quietly protecting you from harm every single day. Isn't it fascinating how evolution has wired us with these instant defense mechanisms? Hello students! Let me ask you, have you ever paused to think about how, right now, you are listening, understanding, sitting upright, and breathing all at the same time? The incredible coordination behind all this comes from your brain, the true control center of your body. The human brain is divided into three major parts: forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain, each with its own specialized functions. The forebrain is the most advanced part. It handles thinking, decision-making, memory, emotions, voluntary actions, and processing of sensory information. Whether you're solving a math problem, recalling a friend's name, or choosing to wave at someone, it's your forebrain in action. The midbrain, though smaller, plays a vital role in controlling involuntary reflexes like adjusting the size of your pupils when light changes. Imagine stepping out of a dark room into bright sunlight. Your pupils shrink automatically without you even noticing, thanks to the midbrain. And then comes the hindbrain, which includes the cerebellum and medulla. The cerebellum regulates balance and posture, making sure you don't topple while walking, cycling, or even standing still. The medulla, on the other hand, takes charge of involuntary but life-saving functions such as heartbeat, breathing, and digestion. So while one part of your brain is thinking and making decisions, another is ensuring you breathe rhythmically, your heart pumps steadily, and your body stays balanced. Isn't it truly awe-inspiring that this three-part organ, protected inside your skull, keeps you alive and functioning every second of your life? Hello students! Take a moment to notice your own body right now. You're probably breathing without even thinking about it, yet at the same time you can choose to raise your hand, blink your eyes on purpose, or even start writing in your notebook. Isn't it fascinating that some actions are automatic, while others depend on your conscious decision? These are what we call voluntary and involuntary actions. Voluntary actions are those controlled directly by the brain. For example, writing an answer in your notebook, deciding to walk, or speaking in class all happen only when you make a conscious choice. On the other hand, involuntary actions are independent of your will. Your heartbeat, digestion, and breathing continue whether you think about them or not. They are life-sustaining processes that the body manages automatically in the background. Now, there's also the role of the cerebellum, a part of the brain that ensures precision and coordination in voluntary movements. When you cycle, walk in a straight line, or balance yourself while running, the cerebellum makes sure your movements are smooth and controlled. This division of control is truly remarkable. It allows you to live efficiently. Your brain can handle both conscious decisions like clapping your hands and automatic processes like maintaining a steady heartbeat. This is exactly why you don't need to think about breathing to stay alive, but you can still decide in an instant to take a deep breath or hold it. Isn't the body's coordination system an incredible balance between conscious control and automatic survival? Hello everyone. Think for a moment. Your brain and spinal cord are the master controllers of your body. They manage everything you do, from solving math problems to breathing without effort. But have you wondered what protects these delicate nerve centers from injury in our daily lives? First, the brain is safely enclosed inside the skull, also known as the cranium. This hard bony box forms a protective case around one of the most vital organs in your body. But bones alone are not enough. Surrounding the brain is a fluid-filled cushion called cerebrospinal fluid. Imagine it as a soft, protective waterbed that absorbs shocks and prevents the brain from banging against the skull when you jump, run, or even trip. Now let's look at the spinal cord. It is carefully housed within the vertebral column or backbone, which is made up of interlocking vertebrae. This strong bony structure shields the fragile spinal cord from external injury while still allowing flexibility for movement. Together, the skull, cerebrospinal fluid, and vertebral column form a remarkable defense system. Without them, even minor impacts could cause life-threatening damage to the nervous system. Isn't it truly fascinating how nature has designed multiple layers of protection to safeguard our control centers, ensuring that we stay alive, balanced, and functional every second? Hello students! Have you ever wondered how a simple thought, like deciding to pick up your pen, translates into the actual movement of your fingers? The answer lies in the fascinating way nerves control muscles. When a nerve impulse reaches a muscle, special proteins inside the muscle cells are triggered to change shape. These proteins slide and rearrange themselves, shortening the muscle fibers and this causes the muscle to contract. Just like a string being pulled tight, the contraction creates movement. This is how decisions made in the nervous system, whether to walk, run, write, or even smile, are executed as actual muscle actions. The brain sends the command, the nerves carry it, and the muscles perform it. Now, not all muscles work the same way. Voluntary muscles, like those in your arms and legs, act under conscious control. You decide when to use them. But involuntary muscles, like those in your heart and digestive system, act automatically without you having to think about them. Isn't it incredible that every action you take, from a marathon run to the simple blink of an eye, depends on this seamless partnership between nerves and muscles? It's a perfect example of how coordination makes life possible. Let's take a moment to connect everything we've learned about the nervous system. The nervous system is our body's ultimate coordination network. It detects stimuli, processes information, and ensures the right muscle or gland responds at the right time. Think about the highlights. Neurons transmit impulses with lightning speed, reflex arcs allow instant reactions to danger, and the brain organizes both voluntary actions like writing and speaking and involuntary functions like breathing and heartbeat. But the significance goes deeper. The nervous system shows us how life maintains control and coordination even as the environment around us constantly changes. Whether it's adjusting your pupil size when you step into bright sunlight or helping you balance while cycling, the nervous system is always at work, silently, precisely, and tirelessly. And here's a quick insight: those simple reflexes you hardly notice, like pulling your hand away from a hot flame, are life-saving mechanisms. They demonstrate how this system protects you instantly, without waiting for conscious thought. So, as we wrap up, remember this: the nervous system is not just an organ system, it is the orchestra conductor of your body, making sure every part plays in harmony. Isn't it truly amazing how this coordination allows us not just to survive, but to live, move, think, and experience the world